What's good with our YouTube and anime manga cult? I missed y'all, and this chapter of Kaiju number 8 was a great one. Kikoru can't stop, won't stop leveling up. We were just hyped up a few chapters ago in 77 because it was unveiled that her unleashed combat power was at 84%. Fast forward to chapter 80, and we're now figuring out that her unleashed combat power is at 94%. Not only that, but this chapter really tackled a subject that a lot of people have complaints about within Kaiju number 8, and that complaint is character motivation. We figured out what Kikoru's motivations are, and we also figured out that for some reason today, Matsumoto woke up and chose emotional baggage for all of us. Let's get into it. So just like the meme at the beginning of this video, this chapter starts off with Kikoru not only trying to surpass her limits, but also trying to surpass the limits of her mother, or rather the ghost of her mother, Hikari, that she's seeing while using the number 4 suit. While this is happening, Kikoru finally is able to start dealing some catastrophic blows to number 15. With one swipe of her axe, she cuts off number 15's arm, and even number 15 is asking itself, what is happening to Kikoru? This is not the same Kikoru that I was just fighting 20 seconds ago. It's literally like the equivalent of when you're losing a video game at halftime, so then you pass the sticks to your older brother so that he can whoop their ass the rest of the game. But Kikoru is still continually getting stronger while fighting number 15, just like we learned about in last chapter. We see Kikoru climb up to 91%, 92%, and then finally 93% output percentage. And from here is when Keiji says that Kikoru is now on par with her mother Hikari's combat percentage. Not only that, but Kikoru is not one of the greatest talents that the Defense Force has ever had. At this moment, Kikoru is one of the greatest members in the Defense Force history, and Itami knows that. And seeing that panel, y'all, gave me goosebumps, because Kikoru at this point is the most lit character in the series whenever it comes to power scaling. It's so awesome to just see Kikoru coming such a long ways from where she was in chapter 1. She gets all the way up to 94% output percentage after this, and then uses squadron style axe technique number 5, twin swallows, and cuts 15 into 3 pieces, and also finally exposes 15's core. Now, we've seen examples of this before. The one that comes to mind for me is Hoshina versus number 10. Now, in order to render number 10 incapacitated, they couldn't simply just cut a limb off of number 10 because the Kaiju can regenerate. In order to destroy the Kaiju, they need to expose and destroy the core. That way the Kaiju can no longer regenerate and it's done for. Here, Kikoru gears up to use her number 6 slasher against the exposed core of number 15. As that's about to happen, the flying head from 15 finally turns around and faces Kikoru with the most ominous smile, like 15 knows it's not even close to having a battle be over yet. Its head faces Kikoru and says, "My, how hard you try, little Kikoru." From there, just like at the beginning of the war, 15 unleashes a bunch of brain synapses all over the battlegrounds between her and Kikoru. And if you look at the panel, it looks like Kikoru's shoulder, her left shoulder, is actually impaled by one of those synapses. And right as soon as her shoulder is impaled is when number 15 turns back into its Kaiju form and says, "I'm connected." And things go black for Kikoru. She sees nothing. After Kikoru is impaled, everybody at the Defense Force base is wondering what the hell is going on. There's wild fluctuations in her mental graph. Her radio is inaccessible. Her combat percentage is consistently dropping down in power levels. And on top of that, there has been interference with the neurosync between Kikoru and the number 4 suit. At this point, everybody is finally starting to understand that this is more of a mental attack than anything. And we really get into the emotional baggage that Matsumoto wanted us to see. From here, Matsumoto gives us a gander inside Kikoru's psyche right now, because that is what number 15 is attacking. We go inside Kikoru's psyche and see that she is on her hands and knees with so much pressure going through her head that she's just in an immense amount of pain, and she's just wondering what is going on. She can't see anything, but she hears number 15's voice say, "You're so good, little Kikoru. Why do you try so hard? Why do you want to be strong so badly?" Kikoru responds, "To protect this country from kaiju like you." Number 15 cuts her off and says, "Liar. Why do you want to protect the country?" Kikoru responds again, "To protect the lives of those I care about." Number 15 again calls Kikoru a liar and says, "Tell me why you want to protect the lives of those you care about. Be honest with yourself. You know yourself, don't you?" And from there, that's when we really get into the most sad part of the chapter. Kikoru really starts reflecting back on what made her want to be so strong, what made her want to protect the lives of the people that she cared about. And the whole reason that all of this stemmed is because from her childhood, Kikoru has wanted nothing more than more praise from her mother and from her father. And this is the first time that she's really realizing that. Everything that she's doing is to get the praise from her mother and her father. And it was gut-wrenching to see that, dog. Who don't want affirmation from their parents? You know what I'm saying? The average kid is going to school, getting an A in their spelling test and bringing that home to their mom and dad, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you did so good. Let's get ice cream tonight." Kikoru's out here trying to kill Kaiju and protect her friends so that her parents can affirm her. And as Kikoru's even thinking about her parents, number 15 says, "Exactly, you've done a great job. But you gotta remember, your parents are gone forever, and you're never gonna be able to get praise from them again." And that's how the chapter ended. And boy, that hurt. That hurt, because on top of the fact that Kikoru's already feeling this type of way, Kikoru's never going to be able to get the direct affirmation from Hikari or Isao of how much they supported Kikoru. But us as readers have seen those flashbacks, right? We saw the flashback of Kikoru running up to her mom and saying that she wanted to serve in the defense force. So Hikari told Isao straight up, "Hey, if this is the life that Kikoru wants to lead, then I have to put my foot down harder than ever, because you have to be disciplined to be living this kind of life." Isao gave his life so that Kikoru, in the future of the humanity, would have a better chance at surviving and wouldn't have to deal with a calamity like number 9. Obviously, Isao was failed in his attempt, but this was all for Kikoru at the end of the day. They think about Kikoru with everything that they're doing, but they can't affirm that to Kikoru. They can't tell Kikoru, "I'm proud of you for getting the 94% output." They can't tell Kikoru, "This is awesome, you're rocking the number 4 suit." They can't tell Kikoru, "You're the greatest talent," because they're gone. And we think about it, we talked about it in videos before, bro. Like, we play Sadness and Sorrow from Naruto anytime we talk about Isao. But for Kaiju number 15 to tell Kikoru in the mental state that she's in, you're never gonna see them again and you're never gonna get praise from them again, bro, that really tugged at my heartstrings. And that's a crazy way to end a chapter and make us wait for 2 weeks to get something else. In chapter 81, I really think that Kikoru is going to come around and realize that even though she can't get praise from her mother and her father anymore, she can still get the praise of her comrades around her. And that's something, it's funny because different people want praise from different places, right? Right now, Kikoru is realizing that she's struggling mentally because she can't get the praise of her mother and her father anymore. Somebody else in the series that really struggles with praise is Kafka. Kafka wants the praise of nobody else but the comrades that he has around him. Kafka wants the praise of Mina. He wants the praise of Hoshina, wants the praise of Reno, wants the praise of Kikoru. He wants to be in the same fighting grounds as them. And right now, Kikoru is going to realize those same things, I feel like, in chapter 81. She's going to realize that even though she can't get praise from Isao and Hikari anymore, she can not only carry their strength with her in her fights, but she also gets the praise of so many other people around her. And we saw that even during this fight. She's getting the praise of Itami. She gets the praise of Kafka after she always does crazy feats, and then she just flicks her hair back. She gets praise from everybody in the 3rd division whenever she came in and dinked up that wyvern type kaiju in the number 10 raid. So Kikoru's she has to realize that even though she can't get praise from her parents, which is, it's sad, dog, she can still get praise from those around her that she cares and loves for, the same people that she's trying to protect. So that's my predictions for next chapter. It was a very sad chapter, this chapter, but we gonna get back there, y'all. We gonna get back there. Other than that, man, if you have any ideas on videos that you want me to drop, let me know. Are there any other manga series or anime series that you want to see us make videos on? Very open to dropping more content for y'all if y'all would watch it. So just let me know in the comments down below. If you did like this video, then like this video. Leave a comment and subscribe. I appreciate y'all stopping by the channel as always. It means so much to me. I don't say that joking. The fact that you would take time out of your day to watch a video I make, it means a lot, dog. So for real, appreciate you. Arigato mas for watching this. You want me to hit you with a note? I'm hitting you with a note. Peace.